guys, we got a good show for you today. I'm here with Jordan McCants. He was drafted in the 3rd round by the Miami Marlins. We're outside the spring training site in Jupiter, Florida. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, thank you.
So, I got to ask, growing up, how'd you get into baseball? Do you have like a family member? Or how'd you get into it?
Growing up, I just always played baseball. I've been playing since I was about 4. Watching my parents play co-ed softball, watching my sister play softball, and then it's always been like a family sport. So I just kind of grew around it.
Yeah. So you played baseball, as we know. Was there any other sports you played growing up, or was it always just baseball?
Oh yeah, basketball and football. It was kind of like an athletic family, so we played baseball, basketball, and football growing up.
Yeah, so we talk about this a lot here because a lot of kids, they specify in one sport, right? And they develop injuries or they get burned out down the line. Do you think one playing multiple sports helped your baseball career and then made you have fun in the sport more?
Yeah, playing football and basketball definitely helped me with baseball. Being an athlete in baseball, it kind of gives you an advantage over opponents. In a sport that doesn't really use athleticism, so it's like I think playing multiple sports is great for the athletes. I wish I would have played multiple sports in high school, but the ball didn't drop that way.
Yeah.
But it's fine. All worked out.
Yeah, it all worked out. I have to ask because, for me, I was getting recruited as a 21, and I was kind of nervous, when COVID happened because it hurt my recruiting and hurt everything else. And your aspect of it was the draft because you were committed to Mississippi State. Were you ever nervous at any time, during that COVID? You're like, 1, I don't get to play a sport I love, and 2, could this hurt my draft stock and stuff?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was kind of just playing everything by ear. When school shut down for Corona, my junior year, I was going into my senior summer, which I was supposed to be at PDP that summer, and that got canceled. So then I started to think, when am I ever going to play baseball again? And then we actually got to play that summer. Everything went well. I got to play my last year travel ball with my travel team, and it was all great.
Yeah. So your high school career, what was your favorite moment with it, and overall talk about how you feel like your team did as a career for your 4 years.
A phenomenal 4 years. I met some people who I will always remember. At my high school, baseball wise, it was just it was a winning atmosphere. We didn't like to lose, but we didn't win state championship in my 4 years. But I can really say that in all of my 4 years, the coaches, the players, we put our all into it. It was just a great atmosphere, a great environment. Teammates, being around those people off the field as well. So it was great.
Yeah. So when you personally realized, hey, professional baseball could be something for me?
My freshman year going into high school, I put my mind on it and I said, hey, I want to be a professional baseball player, and now it's almost dreams turn into reality. Going into my freshman year, I told everybody my goal is to be a professional baseball player. So I need to start preparing 10 times harder now. I always dreamed of being it. I always watched baseball and dreamed of being on that TV, but I kind of had a glance that I had a good chance of being one day about my freshman year.
Yeah, so talk about that freshman year goal, right? When it starts to become a reality like this year, so with the draft process and everything, right? How was that for you? Did you work out with some teams? I know with the high school season, I don't know if you were able to, and were you expecting to be drafted where you were and everything?
The draft process started with me a little early because my brother is a grade ahead of me. He's a class 2020. So every event that he went to or that his team was with, I was probably there as well, getting exposure from scouts. And so going into my senior year, that's when it really hit, as in scouts really need to see me. The draft is coming up soon. So from my senior summer all the way until up till the draft, scouts were everywhere, watching me, and that's kind of how I played a role.
So when the Marlins, drafted you, you achieved a goal of yours to get drafted, right? What was that experience like for you? How you felt?
To be honest, man, it's a feeling that you can't explain unless you were just there or in the moment. It's like one of those feelings that you'll never forget. You'll always remember, being there. I was with my family, and just sitting there watching patiently, and then you get this call, from a great organization, a great group of guys, and it was amazing, man.
Yeah. So it's obviously unfortunate, but it's how it plays out. You're committed to Mississippi State, a school that just won a national championship, a very good team. How hard was it for you to say, hey, I have to withdraw my college career? How hard was that for you?
First off, I want to say go Dogs, because they were really some dogs this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in the recruiting process, I thought they were dogs. And what I mean by that is that their mentality was always, win in a fair way, play the game the right way. And Coach Lamonis, he's always, been a coach that teaches that. And it was a very tough decision for me to turn down a great school like Mississippi State. Going into the draft process and everything, it was definitely hard. Being able to say, I'd rather go this pro route than college. But it was a decision that I had to make. My parents were there with me, but at the end of the day, I made the decision for myself.
Yeah. So this next one is kind of funny. Have you ever do you ever think to yourself, man, I'm here right now. It's like, hey, I'm in some random park right now in Jupiter, Florida, with some kid I met a few days ago. How are you adjusting to this minor league life, and has it really set in? What is to come and everything?
It's kind of just like playing travel ball over the summer. My parents always, used to send me to my travel events. I'd be there in hotels, kind of like this, with coaches, right next to the field. I'd be gone for about a month and a half during the summer, not seeing my family. So it's not anything new being away from home, but the environment, the atmosphere of pro ball is definitely a bit different. Being, it's all like it's a challenge every day.
Yeah.
And I'm up for it. So I'm glad to be here. Thankful for the opportunity and blessed.
Yeah. So, you technically haven't had an at bat, but you're going to play on Monday, like you said, for the Marlins rookie ball team. What's some goals you're setting for yourself? Going into this season and beyond. And what do you expect? First at bat in your first game will be like for you?
My goal is to just control what I can control. I've always been taught that from day one. Also, go out there and play hard, 100%. It's something that I can control. Go out there and hustle. Do everything right. Play the game the right way, and just go out there and win. And my ultimate goal is just everybody in the league with me as well is to get to that next level. Keep going up and keep playing the game the right way, to where one day we can keep moving and moving and moving until we get to where we need to be, and then staying where we want to be. So that's the goal right now, just to go out there and just compete every day.
Yeah. I always remember, because my uncle always used to tell me, he's like, rookie ball is like the hardest experience that you'll go through, because it's like 12 o'clock games, heat in the day. It's a lot of practice. For you during this period of time, like, what are you really working on right now to improve your game and take it to that next level?
When I got here, my first thing was strength. Working on strength. I weighed in at 156 coming in, and now I'm a solid 165. So I gained about 9 pounds since I've been here, and I've been on the weights hard. And
Did you change your diet at all?
Yeah, eating wise, I eat more. I've always trained the same way. I've always learned to train hard anytime. But having that in that pro ball life, having someone always there to be, you don't have to go to school, or you don't have to just go somewhere with your parents out or anything like that. You always here at the facility, so it's you can get work in as much as you need, as much as you want. So that's the benefit with pro ball.
Yeah. So we always do these like 3 questions, right? So over your whole career, who do you think's been like the most influential person in your career for you?
My parents. I say both of my parents. You know, with them, as hard as they work, not being able to be at all my games, they always call and say good luck or something. So, you know, everything I do is, you know, for them. And I want to be able to give them free tickets to every game and let them be able to sit in the press box and come watch. You know, so that's the goal. And I definitely say my parents. You know, I love them to death. I came from a blessed family, and it's just been a great ride.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of the kids that watch the show, you know, they've gone through it all in, you know, their career, you know, and we all go through ups and downs in our career, you know. It's never just, you know, smooth, you know, sail. What's the best piece of advice you would say to somebody, you know, in their career?
Never give up. You know, put God first. Never give up. Always work hard. You know, growing up, I was never really known because you know, my brother's a big name.
Yeah.
I was always in my brother's shadow. You know, and then, you know, not saying I didn't like it, but it kind of bothered me sometimes. You know, being always, you know, TJ's little brother. You know, so it's kind of like, you know, just keep on working, and you know, one day, you know, you'll get to where you want to be. You know, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You know, it's just always, you know, God, put God first, and you could do a lot of things, man.
Yeah. So, final question, we always finish this off, you know. It's a hard one. So when your career is over down the line, right, how do you want people to remember yourself?
I want people to remember me as like someone who was able to give back. You know, it's bigger than baseball. You know, I'm very religious. You know, I want to spread Christianity through baseball players as well. I also want to give back to the youth. You know, knowing where I came from in Pensacola, you know, baseball it's not as fortunate to us African American youth down there because you know it's very, very expensive to play baseball, and I always just want to give back, you know, to them, you know, and also just spread the word of God while I do it. That's always been a dream of mine.
Yeah, well, Jordan, I respect that a lot. I'm a leader of FCA at my school, and then I did Young Life. I was a leader for that for kids. So whenever you're spreading Christianity and stuff, I really, you know, appreciate you being able to come on and talk about that a lot. And you know, Jordan, it means a lot for you to come on. It helps us out, and thank you, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you for this opportunity, man. Thank you.